Felt like I was reading somebody's diary as I listened to this.
That's good.
Was that kind of what you had in mind? You were putting all these thoughts, getting them off of your chest on the last few years of your life?
I think that's what you're sort of always doing in songwriting, often doing in songwriting. And particularly on this album, yeah, there was an aspect of that. I was sort of coming out of a tough time, and this was to be my sort of first collection of new songs. I'd done a rock and roll album, but those were all rock and roll classics. It wasn't my sentiments, so this was going to be songs about that. And so finding new love and enjoying myself for the first time in a while, you know, because it had been a tough period.
And Lonely Road is just such an emotional song. Do you feel, though, that it is sort of your tribute to Linda?
I think so. You know, it's a tribute to Linda on one hand, but it's also a tribute to Heather on another hand, because a lot of the songs are about Heather, you know, so...
I spoke to her a few weeks ago, actually, and it was wonderful to get her perspective on all of the work that she does do for landmines and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we started talking about freedom and the CD and New York and September 11th, and it sounds like she had a bit of a hand in that song, did she?
Yeah, she did, yeah. What had happened was the whole drama had been unfolding, and we'd seen President Bush and Mayor Giuliani go on television, try to sort of cool everyone down, you know, because it's quite a sort of scary thing, I think, for everyone in the world, you know. And they kept saying, you know, this is an attack on our freedom, the freedom, our way of life, and the freedom we enjoy. And I did realize that, you know, at the end of the World War II, you had all these people coming to America to escape, and Canada, to escape all these sort of oppressive regimes, and they came to these lands where they had this amazing freedom that we take for granted. So I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to write a song, and she said, well, it'd be good to write a song about freedom, you know, because wouldn't it? So I said, yeah, okay. So I started doing this, and wrote it from the perspective of some guy or girl who lives in America or Canada or in one of these sort of free democracies that we enjoy, saying, this is my right, you know, right given by God, and like, don't try and take it away, because I really value this.
To have written that the day after September 11th, how do you find the focus? And is it sort of the song, the words come in your head, or the music comes in your head, to have that kind of focus?
Well, you know, I knew I was looking to do a concert. Heather and I had talked about it might be a good thing. I'd had a concert planned in Russia, actually, and I was going to go back to England, do this concert in Russia this autumn. But once September 11th happened, I thought, no, this is not a good idea. It doesn't seem as appropriate. I thought it should be, I should switch those plans to New York. So once I knew I had this show, I thought, well, instead of just doing what people expect me to do, like Let It Be and songs that I'm kind of known for, it'd be really good to have a song, if I could come up with it, that would really be specifically for the concert. So it had to be very simple. So I started writing something for this is my right. Can't imagine the crowd. You know, talking about freedom. Making a very simple chorus so that by the second chorus they could join in with me. So it's only one note, you know. And it was great. We went to, the concert went down really great, raised a lot of money and raised a lot of spirits, which is the great thing for me. You know, I thought, a lad from Liverpool raising New Yorkers' spirits. I'm very proud of that. But we went to a Yankees baseball game, New York Yankees baseball game the next day, and there's guys in the crowd saying, hey, Paul, thanks for the concert, man, freedom! You know, so it kind of worked. It did what I wanted, which like raise people's spirits and give them somewhere to put those feelings.
Ever have touched a Beatles song? I mean, it was
No,
sort of...
at the beginning we wouldn't.
And that was to what? So that people got to know...
Yeah, it was because, you know, the idea was there life after the Beatles? If after the Beatles, each of the individual members of the Beatles just went and did Beatles songs, it seemed like an anticlimax, because you wouldn't be with the Beatles anymore. It'd be a solo member doing a Beatles thing. So John went off and did Give Peace a Chance and the Instant Karma and the kind of stuff he did around that time.
You were always socially responsible, I guess.
Pretty good guys, the Beatles. You know, we're lucky with the amount of success we had that we weren't like real weirdos, because we could have persuaded people to pretty much anything. But lucky, you think about it, Give Peace a Chance, All You Need Is Love, You know, it's kind of nice stuff, really.
Is there any moment you're nostalgic for? Like, how often do you think back to those days? It's like you've had so many lives, really.
Yeah, no, I have. It's amazing, yeah, and I'm still having one of them. I'm not that nostalgic. It occasionally will hit me when something like the Beatles' One album came out, and I listen to it, and suddenly it's like drowning. You know, there's all those hits, and I just thought, God, that sounds great. I can see why 10-year-olds like it. I mean, to me as a songwriter, I look at it and go, good structure. Those songs are well structured.
What about, you know, From a Lover to a Friend, which is such a beautiful song? How does that grow for you?
It's a bit of a mystery how I do songs, you know, and that is really how I feel about it. It's always difficult to talk. Actually, it's always better for other people to talk about my songs, because when I did Yesterday, I just dreamed it, right? I was asleep, and then there was a piano. What's this tune? I go, what is that?
Was it really scrambled eggs? Was that
really scrambled
eggs? It really was.
Oh, my baby, how I love your legs. I thought, no, maybe that's not the top lyric. But so it came to me like, you know, completely in a dream. It was like a, you know, magical thing. So I have to believe that. There's no way back. When Yesterday arrives in a dream, and it's the most recorded song, you know, in a long while.
Do you ever go back to Liverpool?
Yeah.
Found lots of families still there.
It's great up there. Oh, hey, you know, great, you know. Well, the great thing is, like, I'm nobody.
Oh, I doubt that.
No, in my family.
Oh, in your family. They keep you humble?
Yeah, no, everywhere else I'm known. But in my family, it's like, Paul, you know, all right, Paul, how you doing, you know. And I really have to, like, you know, fight to get acknowledged. It's great. I love it. It really keeps me in my place, you know.
But do songs keep... I mean, when I go to Liverpool, I can't get your songs out of my head. Is it like that for you?
A little bit. You know, if I'm driving past Penny Lane, you know, I will go, hey, that's where we've been, Penny Lane? You know, you do. The song in Liverpool, though, the poem from Blackwood has a lot of those kind of memories for me. Just going back up there, it's great fun, you know, I love it, because I love the town, I love the people. I think there's a great warmth in Liverpool people. They're, you know, they're good in adversity. They're strong people. You know, they've been through a lot as a city, and so they're cool people.
Have you spoken to George at all during his illness?
Yeah, I have, and he's a strong, good-spirited man.
Is it tough to sort of see the change, the process, everybody...
Yeah, it's terrible when anyone's ill, you know. You just cross your fingers, you pray to the Lord, and you just hope for the best. That's really all I do there, you know. The rest is really private, you know. I don't like to get into it on interviews and stuff. And
do you feel that, I mean, this is so private, and yet it is a public CD.
Yeah, that's public-private.
Yeah, so what is the
that's good,
difference?
That's different, you know. That's like, I'm really like, you know, showing, like you say, it's a bit of a diary. I'm saying to people, okay, this is me. A friend of mine once called it like a postcard. You know, hi, I'm on holiday and this is what I'm thinking. The weather's good, I found a girlfriend, and so on and so forth. It's like your message from the front kind of thing, you know. So that's what this is to me. And it's got a lot of things that I'm feeling at the moment.
And do you think then all your whole career, in a sense, has been public record because of your fame? Where would you say you're most proud of your contribution to the world?
The one thing that people always come up to me and the other guys in the Beatles and say is, you really saved my life. It'd be, I was in college, and I was going through the worst time, but your music got me through it. Or I was ill. You know, there have been quite a few cases like that, and your music got me through it. You know, you gave me some hope. That, to me, is the greatest thing about what we did, is that it reached people on such a huge level. And, you know, that's what I like about putting out a new album. I'm still hoping. I mean, I met some college kid when I was in America, and he said, oh, your music, I was having a terrible time in college, your music really got me through it. I said, oh, you mean Beatles music? He said, no, Flaming Pie. So, you know, it's sometimes it's your new stuff gets people through it. And so that's why I do it.
It's tough to win over a new audience. I mean, you've got all the fans, but is it the younger audience you're still trying to...
Well, the younger audience had won over by the Beatles won. I mean, it was #1 in 34 countries, and like I say, I went to LA and everyone go, my 8-year-old loves you. Or I was out walking once, and there's this little girl who I would think I didn't really have any connection with, other than I'm just another grown-up. And their mother sort of says, "This is Paul at the Beatles." I'm going, "Hi," and I'm messing around like you do with kids, you know, "Hey, I want no trouble from you," just joking. And she goes, "Yellow Submarine," you know, and I say, "Wow, hey,
That's
sing
great.
it for me."
great.
And you know, it's all there, so it's very great stuff. you know.
Absolutely. Well, this is great stuff, Driving Rain, and it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks so